Welcome to the Family Geekery Podcast, a podcast for geeks from a family of geeks. We talk about comics, video games, and anything else geeky. I'm Chris.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Danny.
And today we're kicking off RetroSeptembo. So for all the weeks in September, all of our episodes that land in September, we're going to be playing retro video games, which I will list out after we talk about our
Geeky Weeks.
But first,
Right.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So all of this is new to me, listeners. I didn't know the plan for September. But I will do this on this caveat. We do a horror movie every week of October.
Ooh. That sounds fun.
Spooktober. I think that's taken.
Yeah.
It's probably copyrighted.
Disney or something.
So you try to remember that for when October comes. So
Okay, so Halloween Town 1, Halloween Town 2, Halloween Town
Halloween
3.
Town 3.
Geektober.
That sounds fun.
Okay, you just
So
sparked that, and I'm like, okay, if you're making us play retro games, I'm making you guys watch the best horror movies.
Yeah.
I like how you said make. I'm making you play video games. I'm forcing
Against
my
our
kids
will.
against their will to play video
Against.
games. All right, so who's kicking off Geeky Weeks?
Me.
All right,
Go for it.
I forget if I said this last week, but I'm binging New Girl.
Nice.
I'm on season 2. I've watched it
Already?
before, but I'm rewatching it. And then yesterday I played Roblox. I played Dress to Impress for the first time.
Nice. Did you do well?
No, the highest I got was 4th.
Dang, you didn't even make the podium.
No.
No, I think it's rigged. All of the 6-year-olds just vote for each other.
Yeah, and then the VIP people win because they have cooler outfits.
Yeah.
or they're logged in 17 times like you guys used to do with your other games.
But it's like all live voting, so it's hard to do that, I feel like.
Oh,
Unless you have like two different accounts, like one on your iPad and one on your computer that you're playing on simultaneously.
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, don't underestimate the tech skills of a 6-year-old.
For real.
They may have a Switch, an iPad, an iPhone, a computer.
What was your favorite theme that you did? Which one do you think was your best outfit?
Trying to remember.
Because I really like the videos of the people who like they do the custom themes, and it's like Valorant, and then they do like a really cool like Clove Valorant character.
Yeah, we did mythology, and I did like a Greek goddess outfit.
Nice.
It was a white dress with a gold crown. That's as best as I could do.
Basic.
But yeah, it was fun. It's addicting.
Would you play it on your computer?
Yeah.
Good old Roblox. Anything else?
No.
All right, Amber, you want to take over?
Sure. I've been playing like same old. But I got this idle game, Idle Outpost. It's like that zombie apocalypse one where you just like sell water bottles to the other survivors. It's interesting. And then I also have some really exciting news for all the Sims people out there. You may have heard, but coming to Switch in November is My Sims and My Sims Kingdom.
Woo!
And so all I'm saying now is catch me not talking to anybody in November and just building a 5-star town.
I was like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, right. But I've been such a fan of My Sims for since we got it as a Taco Bell toy, kids meal toy. Oh, incredible. And I did just go shopping, taking advantage of the the like Labor Day sales that are going on. Got some shoes, got some mystery boxes at Miniso, which is a store that has a bunch of like Japanese stationery and toys and stuff like that. Some fun Disney mystery boxes there. And also a cool store I've never heard of. It's called Pono. It's also like probably mostly Japanese and Korean like skincare and clothing and stuff there. So a little bit of fun stuff there too. Oh, and Legos. I got Legos.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You're going to make me rant about the Lego aisle at Walmart now.
Oh my gosh, you sent that picture and
That's why I go to Target.
like well, this is what I've been noticing recently about everything at Walmart. Everything is behind those like doors.
Yeah.
Like I went to get like press-on nails and they're like $14 or less. Like they're $10. And they're like behind the little like they have to unlock it and they're in the boxes. I'm like, "Why? Why does this have to be in a box? It's $10."
Right. Same thing with razors, shaving cream.
Shaving cream?
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff.
Oh my goodness.
But the entire aisle of Legos was behind locked doors, and I can't imagine that Lego would be very happy about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta stifle the sales of, if someone's going there with the intent to buy something, that's one thing. But if you're just like impulse buying a $10
Yeah.
pack of Legos, it's just not going to happen if you have to go chase down some employee
Right.
with a key.
Or you're like shy and you don't want to talk to a human.
Yeah. Because
Like
humans historically suck.
Ugh.
They're one of the
That's
worst
so
things
weird.
about this planet.
Well, so there's just more work for the Walmart workers that don't already want
Right.
to be there.
Yep. So, okay, ran over. Sorry. You said Lego and I started getting triggered. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Cool. Well, I've been playing some of the Dreamlight Valley what do they call it, event that's going on right now with Tiana.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
going well so far.
It looks cool. I was watching Mom play some of it.
Yeah, it's got some neat stuff to it. Let's see. I downloaded a new app on the iPad, and I'm exercising my brain with it. It's called Number Sums, and it was basically an advertisement on some other game I was playing. And I was like, hey, that looks okay, and it looks like a Sudoku, however you pronounce it, type thing. But you have to eliminate all the numbers until you just have numbers in each row and column that add up to the number that's in the margin. Both vertically and horizontally. So it's pretty cool. And it's one of those where the first couple clicks are all no-brainers, and then you have to really think for the next 10 minutes. So that's been fun. Let's see. We got a new robot in the house. New pet feeder. Finally upgraded from our old one. I did a full review on the new one. If you want to go check that out on the YouTube channel. Plug.
Does Penny like it?
She's getting used to it. This one, instead of the mechanism starting to churn and the voice going off at the same time, the voice goes
the voice
first.
and then the mechanism.
Yeah, so she has not even flinched yet for the voice. But as soon as the mechanism goes, and it's a stainless steel bowl now, so there's a very distinct sound of kibble hitting stainless steel.
Yeah.
And let's see, I went to the comic book store the other day, had to pick up some titles, and they had sale going on. And I did pick up a pop. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. It is Gambit.
Ooh.
But Gambit, unlike you've seen it before, because this is like a 2003 version of Gambit. And this is it's kind of a depiction of Gambit from the cover of the all-new X Factor number 3 from 2014. And what's notable about it, besides it being a Hot Topic exclusive, is he is holding a cat.
Aww.
What? That's Gambit?
Yeah, this is
Why,
Gambit.
he looks like Tracer. I'm already Tracer.
But Gambit had 3 cats, Oliver, Figaro, and Lucifer.
Aw,
And this is Lucifer,
that's cute.
the orange cat.
I wonder if there's like other versions with the other cats.
Probably not.
Hmm.
But then we met Danny today and went to Second and Charles.
Yep.
And they had some stuff on clearance in the back. And all their clearance stuff was half off the already clearance price.
Wow, love when that happens.
And I ended up getting, probably the most notable thing is one of the giant pops of the Celestial from the Eternals.
Oh,
And of course it has a name, but I don't remember that name.
the big guy that's in the water now?
Yeah, the big guy that's all hunched over now in the more recent movies. But he was on clearance for $3, so I got him for $1.50.
A giant pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, it rang
Like-
up for free because they were doing buy 3 get 1 free, and I had other clearance pops. And the lady ringing it up said, "Oh yeah, you don't get the clearance and the buy 3 get 1 free." But then the system rang it up automatically. She's like, "Well, this one's free."
What?
I got it. So I got a giant Celestial for free,
That's so funny.
and then I got Namor riding an orca.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Lots of shopping.
Yeah.
Got to take advantage of those holiday deals.
I love looking at clearance stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you ready to learn about RetroSeptembo?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
So I went through many iterations of the words, RetroEmber, Septraptro.
I think you
And-
picked the right one.
And none of them really rolled off the tongue except for RetroSeptembo.
I like it.
So that's what we're going with. So there's 3 weeks left, not including this one, of course. 3 weeks left in September. 3 Tuesdays left. So I've picked out 3 classic, in this case, NES games. And we're going to play 3 classic NES games together. Now you don't have to play them to completion. Just play enough. Here's my task for you. So most RPG games of this era starts off with a king, and like your character wakes up or something, and all of a sudden, for some reason, you're waking up and talking to a king, and the king sends you on a quest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm that king in this instance. You guys are
Okay.
just waking up, and I'm sending you on a quest, and the quest is to play these 3 games.
Here, take this.
Yeah, it's dangerous out there. So you need to play them enough to at least, if you were to meet someone on the street and they said, "Hey, have you ever played XYZ game?" you'd be able to have a good conversation with them about it.
Danny, are you watching TikToks?
Mm-mm. There's someone outside my door playing Boots with the Fur.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Wait, you're on the first floor?
No, I'm on the 3rd.
And you can hear that?
It's outside my window.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is it a dude standing with a boom box
No,
playing
they
Boots
just
with the
drove
Fur?
away.
Oh, it's probably that motorcycle. They have no windows to keep the radio in. All right, so are you guys up to the challenge?
What are the games?
You need to tell me if you're up to the challenge before you know the games.
I suppose
yeah.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you don't. That's okay, because we're kicking it off with a classic JRPG.
Okay.
Probably one of the 2 most classic NES
Final
games.
Fantasy 14, right?
That is
is that retro?
that it may be close to being retro, but
What about the remastered one?
we're going further back than that. And I didn't want to do Final Fantasy 1, although it's a great game, but it is a little slow to start. You've got to create 4 characters. You got to have a strategy for those 4
Did you say
different
create
character types.
4?
Well, by create, I mean pick a class and a name.
That's enough for me.
Yeah.
Create a sim.
And also, we're going to come back to Final Fantasy in a much more dedicated way. So
Final Fantasy February.
yeah. So if not Final Fantasy, there's only one other title that would be considered classic enough on the classic list of NES JRPGs, and that would be Dragon Warrior.
Dragon Warrior.
So Dragon Warrior, or if you were not in America, it was called Dragon Quest. So all the Dragon Quest games became Dragon Warrior games in the US.
How come I only know Dragon Quest, though?
I don't know.
I feel like maybe I've got a Dragon Quest game on one of my DSs.
Could be.
Okay.
Because after a while, I think they just kept calling them Dragon Quest as the sequels went on. But it's like I said, classic JRPG. Just one character without a class, so you're just grinding away, killing slimes, and going on a quest. Of course, the king's going to send you on a quest, and you're going to go from there. So that is going to be for our first full episode in February, final February, in RetroSeptembo. So next week, be prepared, and I will give you the tools that you need to play these games.
Do I already have an emulator with it on it? That little guy that you gave me?
That little guy will probably have that on there.
Okay.
You can double check.
I'll double check. I'll double check all of them after this.
All right. And learn how to use save states if you're going to use that thing.
Why am I going to have to save scum?
There may be some save scumming in there.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it saves every time. I forget if it's every time you go to the inn or every time you go to the king. One of the two. It'll save your progress, but it's always handy. It's always handy, yeah, when you're going down in a dungeon or something, or if you're far away from town.
Okay.
All right. So Dragon Warrior.
Nice.
Now I wanted to pick 3 different genres.
Mm-hmm.
And the genres are kind of unique-ish. But I wanted to go like real classic, like quality games also. So week number 2, the second game, we're going to be playing a little game called Metroid.
Oh.
Metroid.
So have you guys heard of Metroid?
Duh.
No.
All right, so Metroid, obviously...
So you play as this guy in a suit.
Yeah, we'll stick with that story. But Metroid, classic game, kicked off a whole genre of games in its own called Metrovanias. Have you heard that term before?
Does that combine Metroid and Castlevania?
Yes.
Wow, I'm so smart.
And the Castlevania games would have been as equal of a classic series to go with. I chose Metroid just because it's probably less action and more adventure. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it.
I tried playing a Castlevania game and I could not get past the first level. It was difficult.
Yeah. The darn bats hitting you.
Yeah.
So this one's a little bit more forgiving. You can kind of think about the steps that you're doing. So it's more like a puzzly platformer type game than it is just a action platformer. And again, I don't think you guys in 1 week will beat that game, but at least you'll get a feel for all of its different types of what made it special and what it brought to other games.
Sounds good.
So we got Dragon Warrior, we got Metroid, and the third, I originally wanted to go with a racing game, but racing games on the NES, there are some good ones, but there's nothing super notable. If I was to list out notable ones, it would be like Excitebike, RC Pro-Am, Off-Road, which you've played in the arcade. So you'd be playing crappier versions of really good racing games, I guess would be a good way to put it. Fun for their time, but not something that you could have a good conversation about. So I went to a very long list of games and just said, okay, let's just open the genre back up to anything.
E.T.
That was Atari.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Close enough.
That was before the fall of video games. We're playing games from after the rebirth of video games. But we're going with a licensed game, which speaking of ET, historically didn't go too well. Licensed games were not good. You get a big name and you spend all the money on that and you don't spend any money on making the game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go well.
It's like Frogger, but it's Mickey Mouse.
So I decided to go with a licensed game that has a good license. I think you guys will enjoy it. But it's also made by Capcom.
Oh.
So Capcom, in this same era, very famous for a lot of games, of course, but very
Street
famous
Fighter?
for... yeah, but we're not going Street Fighter. Very famous for some Mega Man games. Have you heard of the Mega Man games?
Yeah. The blue guy.
Yep. So Mega Man, very classic game in its own, but there's, and for this console, a half a dozen of them. So why go with something like that? I wanted something that was a little bit more unique, had a good license to it, but was built on the Mega Man engine, I believe. So you've got the decent, nice, crisp gameplay of a Mega Man game, but with the Disney overlay of Duck Tails.
Oh, okay.
So you get to play as Scrooge and the little ducklings, I guess. But it's a action platformer.
Nice. How is that different from Metroid?
As far as genre,
Yeah, as far as like gameplay, like, are they much different?
so I would say this type of action platformer, think about Mario Brothers, Sonic, all those things. You start on the left, go to the right,
Yeah.
avoid obstacles, right?
Yeah.
Metroid is room-based, so you complete a room and then you go through one of, maybe 3 or 4 doors. So the whole game itself is an open world maze of rooms. And you have to keep on going back and forth after you get different things to unlock different things. So whether you're getting a key or a skill or something,
Yeah.
and then you go back to where you were, that you can get farther than you were before. So it's more like a puzzly room based, Metroid is, at least, as opposed to just a run to the right, jump over things, collect stuff. So I think that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
It's got alternate endings. I don't think we're going to get to the ending.
Which one?
But
DuckTales?
DuckTales.
Whoa.
If you accumulate more than a certain dollar amount, I think it's more than like $1 million in the game, then you have like bonus
the
levels.
true ending.
Right. Scrooge has to have all the money. So if you get all the money, then you get a different ending or a different bonus level or something.
Well, that's fun.
But yeah, so
That's
at
a
least
nice touch.
we'll get through, see how my old man skills are, see how far I can get through a game like that these days. But I thought those would be fun games.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So since this is the kickoff episode, I'm going to ask both of you guys which game you're most looking forward to of those 3.
Can I do a quick Google search to see what they look like?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
All right, so after some quick Google searching, the girls are ready to lock in their answers.
I think I'm most excited for Dragon Warrior because I'm kind of notoriously bad at platformers. Um I'm also when I played a little bit of like Legend of Zelda, I wasn't the best at that either. But at least there's like not jumping across gaps involved.
Or riding horses.
Yeah, real bad at driving horses.
All right. So Amber says Dragon Warrior. And I'm asking this so that when we're done,
We can say which one our favorite is, which one.
yeah,
Yeah.
which one surprised you, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Danny, how about you? Which one are you most looking forward to?
I'm excited for Duck Tails because it just looks like Mario, but with Scrooge the Duck.
And nothing's wrong with that.
Nope.
So Capcom obviously had a lot of these games, and on the top 100 list, there were several of them, and they were all based on the Saturday, or not the Saturday morning, the after school shows that were famous at the time: Duck Tails, Rescue Rangers. So Amber may now be upset that I didn't pick Rescue Rangers since it's got Chip and Dale in it. We can save that for RetroSeptembo 2025.
I did open one of the blind boxes today, and there was a Chip and Dale option, and I didn't get the Chip and Dale option, so I might have to go on eBay.
Uh-oh. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
All right, so RetroSeptembo is officially in action. Be prepared to talk about Dragon Warrior next week.
Woo!
Any final thoughts before we kick off RetroSeptembo and kick off this episode?
I might just like have to, when it comes to Metroid, I might just like have to watch a video of like the ending of it. I suggest we should all do that, Danny. I think you should do that too.
I think you should just get to the ending of it.
Well, how long is the game?
I don't know.
72 hours.
Let's go to How Long to Beat. Have you ever been to that website?
Does it give like a noob level, expert level?
It has like completionist and 6.5 hours is the average main story.
Wow.
17 hours if you leisurely play it.
That might be more like it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Tomb Raider 2013. Main story, 11.5 hours. What if you get lost in a cave and put the game down and then come back and you don't know where you are, so you're just walking around the same cave for like 3 hours?
Then I think there's an infinity symbol for that. All right. Well, I declare RetroSeptembo in effect. Go forth. Take this.
Woo!
You may need it.
Everyone should play with us.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Dust off your old NESs.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Oh my god!
They're excited for retro.
Someone is excited.
Yeah, they want to play RetroSeptembo with us.
Well, they can.
This is what I get for moving.
All right, so I think that's going to close out this episode. Go ahead and send us an email, podcast@familygeekery.com. Let us know which of the 3 games you're most excited to either play or hear about. Go ahead and check out those socials. Check out the YouTube channel, see what's going on there. Stay tuned next week for Dragon Warrior. And until then, peace out.
Peace out.
And
geek out.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.